Hi everyone, I'm back with Mari Cuervo. This is round two of our entrepreneur interview. So Mari had some really good points about entrepreneurship. We were talking about how do you know that you're an entrepreneur? We answered that. Now the second question was, how do you decide what business to start? And then you had a really good idea because most people, they look for what's already doing well, what's a good trend, and then they just say, I'm going to jump into that. But you have different advice.
Yeah, I think it's important when being an entrepreneur is not just finding what's trendy out there, get a coffee shop, get a franchise.
Yeah.
I just want to make money. Oh, this is a proven business. Just buy a franchise, buy a franchise. I think being a true entrepreneur is really finding a problem that you're passionate about to address. Just think about it. Look around you. There are so many problems in the Philippines.
Yeah.
And, it need not be a high capex or a high expensive problem to address. It can be a service. It can be a product. Okay? Now, just look for that. And now in the age of the internet and AI, the tools are there to really give you that edge. Okay, so unlike before, when you really needed more staffing, more, nowadays, the cost of doing business has really come down.
It has. That's
the
true.
barriers to entry and to address problems are so much lower. So if you think out of the box and look at problems squarely and get advice and get guidance from AI, research from AI, you can really develop a business and really take it out to market way faster than you would 5 years ago.
That's a really good observation. Now, before, to be an entrepreneur, you really needed money.
You really needed a lot of money.
What do you need now?
Now you just need to be objective, look outside of the box, use the tools that are available. AI is there.
Yeah.
I mean, Google was there, but now it's AI. ChatGPT is for free. Use it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can ask questions and test your model to see if it works.
It's true.
You don't need to pay someone for that.
Yeah. No, that's actually true. Mari, I want to delve into the mindset of an entrepreneur. When problems happen, what is an entrepreneur? Okay, so let's say your business is ongoing, right?
Yes.
And then I see a lot of people when there's a challenge that happens, and the world has changed so much that for many people, AI is the challenge.
Right.
No, it's a change. It's changed the landscape. When many people see all these hardships, what does an entrepreneur see?
An opportunity. So when you see the hardship, try to look at it as an opportunity to monetize. Use it to your advantage. Don't use it as a way to give up. An entrepreneur uses that as a way forward. You see, that's the difference. Another person who doesn't have the entrepreneurship mindset will give up and back off.
Yeah.
But an entrepreneur will not look at it that way. He'll say, hey, I want that as a way forward to monetize. See, that's the difference.
Even that phrase that you said, give up.
Yeah.
It's such an odd phrase to me and to you, right?
Yeah.
There's no giving up, right?
There's no giving up.
There's no giving up.
Yeah.
But that's such an easy phrase for many people.
Right.
So if you hear the word give up, maybe you're not an entrepreneur, but you're also not a winner.
Exactly.
You're not a winner.
Exactly. I mean, just think about it. Now people are having more pets, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Somebody thought, where are these pets getting groomed? So they figured out somebody has to figure out a way of providing the service of bringing the service to their homes.
Yeah.
Now you've got people, the service is going to their homes. You've got the grooming being mobile going to the homes. Who thought of that? It was a problem, right? And now there's a solution.
That's true.
So it's an entrepreneur who thought of it.
When we look at the trend, right? So you're talking about pets, and we're talking about the young adults now, they're not getting married, they're not having kids, or having pets, and they call their pets their children, right?
Right.
And it's created a whole new industry. So for me, I've been looking at that, and I think one trait of an entrepreneur is to spot trends.
Correct.
Way ahead of everybody else.
Exactly.
How are you like that? Do you look at trends, and do you actually are you very aware of trends?
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, there could be already a trend, but what's nice is you can reinvent the trend. There's like Starbucks is all over the place,
Yeah.
right? But then there's another coffee place, Pick Up Coffee.
Yeah.
What did they do? They made it much more affordable, but the offerings are similar to Starbucks at less than half the price, right?
Yeah.
Right? So it opened the market, and it's doing so well. So, you know what I mean? You can find something that's already there. How do you make it cheaper, better, more efficient for everyone to accept? So, you know, that's the thing about an entrepreneur. There could be something in the market, but how do you make it better for the market you're serving?
I want you guys to take note of what Mari said. Now, you look at something that's successful,
Yeah.
then you make it cheaper, better, more accessible.
More accessible.
Now, with me, selling is helping a person achieve what they're trying to achieve cheaper, easier, better. That's my definition of selling, no?
Exactly.
But entrepreneurship is creating a business that makes it cheaper, easier, better.
Exactly.
That's really interesting to me.
And
That's really
and
interesting
Robert,
to me.
it's so imperative about the client experience, because let your client be your evangelist. If your client is your evangelist, you've got it made, because that's how you're going to grow, right? Let your client be the one to sell your product and service. Once you've hit that, you're off to the races.
I have a question, Mari. In the old ways, pre-social media, word of mouth was, you meet people, you talk, and then they ask you about. But with social media now, how do you monetize your client being an evangelist? Do you give them a cut? Do you make them your influencers?
Oh no, never,
How does it go?
never use monetary, to pay for rewards or anything like that. No, never do that. Let it be natural.
Okay.
Right? So, but obviously, if there's something negative, then address it. Make it right. You'll never be perfect 100% of the time,
Yeah.
right? But if you have to go that extra mile to correct something, let that client or customer walk away with a positive experience.
Yeah.
The client experience is paramount. It's always paramount, because if they hear your name again, the experience should always be positive, so that when they hear about you, they'll speak about you positively
Okay.
to somebody else. Remember, when you're my friend and you tell me about a product or service, I will trust you because you're my friend.
Come a little closer.
Right?
Yeah.
So what happens here is that I'm going to trust the product or service you're telling me about.
Yeah.
And I will do it. I will buy that product or get that service. So that's the reason why your clients are your best evangelists.
Going back to the entrepreneur mindset, sometimes you have angry clients.
Yes, you will. It'll
It happens. I've seen all my business owner friends have to deal with angry clients. How do you address an angry client?
Okay.
Like you're saying, you address it definitely,
Yeah.
Any tips on that for entrepreneurs? Because you will experience an angry client one way or another.
So the most important is you have to communicate with that client. It's
Yeah.
important that
Don't
you
avoid.
do not ghost that client.
Yeah.
That's a lot of people.
Oh my God.
That's the worst
The
thing
worst.
you can ever do is avoid.
You'll
Sometimes
start a
it's
fire.
Filipino thing that you just avoid na lang,
Block.
just block or no. You're creating the worst experience to the
That's
client.
the worst thing to do.
You have to face the client immediately.
Okay.
Address it.
Question then.
Yeah.
Do you let your subordinate face the client?
No.
Or do you
No,
face the client?
face the client. They will
Yeah.
respect you for that.
Exactly.
If the owner himself goes and humbles himself and admits fault for
Yeah.
what has happened, they will respect you for that and they will remember. They will
Absolutely.
always remember you for that.
Guys, even in sales, it's not avoiding problems, it's how you address the problem. You could create a stronger relationship with a client.
Absolutely.
Because they know stuff happens, but it's how you deal with it.
Right.
And freebies help.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. If you have to give that product or service for free, do it.
Yeah.
Do it.
Because you're maintaining a lifelong relationship.
Exactly. Relationship is everything.
Yeah.
You know, Robert, in our business for 46 years, we've tracked who our clients are.
Yeah.
And a lot of them are repeat. I mean, more than 50% are actually repeat clients.
And how many are referrals from the repeats?
Majority.
Majority, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, it's really because, go to Cuervo. They'll do it. Cuervo. It has to be top of mind. So, and we are handling institutions, corporate and non-corporate. So what does that mean? We're in all the different facets of the valuation spectrum.
Yeah.
So that says a lot, right? That says a lot about our brand. So that's why you are as good as your last report. Do everything. Quality is everything. You stick to your quality and always learn from your last report. Always learn. And never sit on your laurels. Never, ever sit on your laurels.
I wanted to talk about the next step should be changed. Now, you're growing a business,
Yeah.
and then you're doing very well,
Yeah.
no? Everything's established,
Yeah.
and then the world changes. What is the entrepreneur mindset on change?
You have to change along with it. You have to, don't think that, that saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I'm sorry to say, if the world is changing,
Yeah.
you've got to pivot with it. So in this age of AI, I have a board, and a lot of them are the age of my father, who's already passed and all that. And some of them can't understand the AI.
Definitely.
So sometimes when I bring up the AI thing and all that, they give me this look, right? They just can't understand it. And so I have to talk to them and educate them about this is the world we're living in. And if we do not take on AI for our business, the guy who are chasing us may even overtake us, right? So it is my responsibility to do everything in my power to see how AI affects our business, right?
Yeah.
In every shape, way, or form, so that we're always going with the flow and how it's going to take us in the future.
You're proactive in seeing how it
Proactive,
affects.
never be reactive. You have to attend conferences. You have to do your research. Ask ChatGPT, where is this going to take my business in the future? Who should I talk to? What conferences should I attend? Ask it. Don't wait. You have to be proactive. Where is sales going to be in the next 2 years, or in the next year, or in the next 6 months for networking,
Yeah.
of supplements, of what you're doing?
Yeah.
AI is taking the next, So
One of the most frustrating things, Mari, that I hear people who were successful before, frustrating when they say, well, it used to be like this, but it's not anymore.
It's not anymore.
Not anymore.
not.
Even the way it is today won't be like that tomorrow.
Absolutely.
So you got to be proactive with the change. Now, you're also saying there are people chasing you.
Yeah.
So you have competition.
Absolutely. The competition is constant. It's never ending. We're bidding for the same clientele. We're after the same clients. So how do you make your reports better, more trustworthy? It's a never-ending battle. It's a never-ending battle, and so we have to be on top of ahead of the curve.
What is the number one advice to stay ahead of the competition?
You have to study. You have to keep learning, and so it's your responsibility to keep learning. Do not stop learning. If you're in that space, you're responsible to learn everything about the space you're in. So in my space, I'm in the asset valuation space.
Yeah.
I have to learn all the technology that is in that space.
Right.
If I don't, I lag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 more questions. No. One is, you're already second generation.
Yes.
How do you, as a family, handle succession?
Very, very good question, Robert.
It's a
It's
difficult
a
one.
very, very good question because I have attended about 2 conferences on succession, family succession. And guess what? Third generation,
Wala na.
wala na.
Wala na.
It's gone.
Yeah.
So, and it was a packed conference.
My problem was I was 4th generation.
Okay.
So wala na.
Wala na. It's funny
Fact,
because
yeah.
all these family companies have exactly the same problem. Their third gen don't want to have anything to do with a successful family business. They have their own interest. They want to blaze their own trail, and you cannot force them.
Yeah, can't blame them.
You can't blame them, you can't force them. So at the end of the day, you may have to make the tough decisions of maybe want to sell, maybe hire professionals
Yeah.
to take it to the next level. But succession will have to be a decision made by the family, how you're going to take it. But, it's if the family is not going to be involved in the future, it's their choice, people change, what can you do?
In the seminar that you attended, is there anything that a parent can do while the kids are young to get them interested in the business? To
Yes.
involve them in the business?
Get them exposed, but each individual is unique,
Yeah.
right? Each individual is unique. So here we are, we're 13 siblings, over 20 nephews and nieces,
Yeah,
and none of them are interested.
just you.
So I have culinary, I even have a nephew who's a stand-up comedian. I mean, from real estate to stand-up comedy. I mean, that's his passion. Again, he loves that. So, and here is a company that is actually working
Yeah.
and making good revenue.
And like you
but-
said, successful.
yeah, successful, but it's not about that. For them, it's about experience. It's about living life. The Gen Zers have a different way of looking at things.
Yeah.
For them, experience is not staying in a 9 to 5
Yeah.
job, seated. They want to be free. They want to experience life.
That's the world, yeah.
Yeah, it's a whole different world. Yeah.
But in closing, for those who want to take the challenge of being an entrepreneur, can you tell them what advice can you give these Gen Zs or these older people who want entrepreneurship? What's your number one advice?
If you want an entrepreneurship, look into yourself, look around you, and look for something that you're passionately want to address, a problem that you want to address, something that you feel very close to your heart. And the monetization of that problem comes later. If you find something passionate that you want to address, go for it. Don't be afraid. Address it.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's okay to have a job.
It's okay to have a job
While you're
absolutely.
fixing those
While
problems.
you're fixing those problems. And then you'll be surprised. The money will come later. Make meaning, and then money will follow.
Make meaning, then money will. Mari, great information, man. I hope you guys got a lot of value from this. I personally got a lot of value from this. And thank you, Mari, for welcoming me into your home. I love this house.
Hey, you're welcome. Anytime.
I hope you guys got value from this. And guys, go for it. Just go for it.
Cheers.
Bye.